Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Panther Field here in Derby, Kansas. Got a doubleheader for you tonight, games 2 and 3 of a 4-game set between the Derby Twins and your Hayes Larks. The Larks won a thriller last night in 12 innings, played to a 2-2 tie with Derby up into the 12th inning where they exploded for 9 runs on 2 grand slams to put away the Twins and take game 1 11-2. Larks come into tonight's game just a game and a half behind the BJs of Liberal for first place in the Jayhawk League standings. The Larks are 16-5 in the league. The Derby Twins enter with a record of 15-8. Larks will be the home team on the scoreboard tonight for game number 1. This is a makeup from last weekend's Game 3 rainout in Hayes. So the Larks will be the home team. Starting pitcher tonight for your Larks, number 17, Chandler Coates out of the University of New Mexico. Chandler is 2-1 so far this summer, has thrown 21 2/3 innings, and has an ERA of 4.57. Larks come in with a team batting average of .288, and their ERA dropped a few points last night after the magnificent starting effort by Walter Pennington, who got the no decision, went 9+ innings, gave up 4 hits and just 2 runs. Chandler is ready on the mound, and so are we. Leading off for the Derby Twins will be the center fielder, number 14, Michael Urquidy. We got the camera up and running for you tonight. Not a terrible view. It's a very beautiful evening here in Derby. The wind is not blowing 30 miles an hour like it was all week in Oklahoma City. Coates will deliver the first pitch of the night, a strike on the outside corner at 6:05, and we are underway here in Derby. There comes Coates' second pitch away, and it's even at a ball and a strike. Comes the 1-1 from Chandler Coates, fouled out of play to the left, and Urquidy is down a ball and 2 strikes in the count. Larks look to continue their impressive play, have won 13 of their last 15 ball games. So here comes the 1-2, fouled into the Derby dugout. Hits a player, and we will look to see if he is okay. Don't know where it caught him. Don't know who that came off of, and they're checking in the dugout to make sure he is all right. The dugouts here in Derby are very close to the plate, so absolutely no time to react for the players standing on the rails when a line drive is hit foul at the dugouts. Saw it last night towards the Larks dugout. Luckily, the ball hit the rail just under where the players were standing. Tonight, not so lucky on the Derby side. So as they are checking him out over in the dugout, we will take a quick break and be right back with you here in Derby. And we are back here in Derby. The 1-2 pitch to Urquidy in the dirt, and it is 2-2. The player for Derby, not quite sure who it was. He was walked out of the dugout under his own power, was coherent, and as Urquidy lines it into right field, and that is a lead-off single for the Panthers, or the Twins center field. So good news that he was able to walk away under his own power. He pretty good gash on over his right eye, but it appears as if he will be okay. So runner on first base here to start the game for the Twins. Coming to the plate now for Derby, the first base, or the left fielder, number 3, Noah Bland. Chandler will check on Urquidy, who is back standing up. Coates is set, checks on Urquidy, and delivers the first pitch to Bland. Catches the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Coates gets a sign from Colin Simpson. Back behind the plate again this evening. We'll run through the Larks defense for you in just a second as Coates comes set and delivers the 0-1. Fouled straight back to the screen, and it's quickly 0-2. Coates on the mound tonight. Colin Simpson behind the plate from left to right on the infield. Jacob Boston at third. Trey Ochoa on at shortstop. Jonathan Soberanis second base, and Jay Selzer at first. In the outfield, Clayton Harp is in left. Keone Givens is in center, and Trevor Boone in right. Here comes the 0-2 to Noah Bland, and Coates will again check on Urquidy, who is back again standing up. It's the 0-2 high and away, and there's a ball and 2 strikes. Coates is set. We'll look at Urquidy and throw back to first once again. Michael Urquidy, a very big threat to steal a base, has very good speed at first. Chandler doing what he can to keep him close over there. As he comes set to deliver the 1-2 to Bland. Line into center field. That's going to be down for a base hit as Urquidy will stop at second, and back-to-back singles for the Twins to lead off the ball game here tonight.
The catcher, number 6, Tyler McNamara.
Coming to the plate now for Derby, the catcher, number 6, Tyler McNamara. Chandler in a bit of a bind here very early in this one. Has been very good as of late. We'll see if he can work himself out of trouble here in the first. Here comes the first pitch to Tyler McNamara. Swung on and missed. And it's 0-1. Chandler gets his sign from Colin Simpson. Will come set and deliver. A little bit low and away. And we are even at a ball and a strike. Here comes the pitch. Line into right field, and that's going to be down. Urquidy has to hold. He will round third and be coming home to the plate. Here comes the relay. Not in time, and McNamara will take second base, and it's 1-0 Twins here in the first.
The designated hitter, number 12, Anthony Dominguez.
So the first three have reached tonight for the Twins, and it's already 1-0 as Coates is in a big-time jam in the first inning. Here comes the first pitch to Anthony Dominguez. That one is outside, and it's 1-0. Bland leads from third. McNamara from second. Nobody out here in the top of the first. Coates is set. Here comes the 1-0. Ground ball foul over the Larks dugout. Here comes the 1-1 from Chandler Coates. Swing and a miss on the outside fastball. And there's a ball and 2 strikes to Anthony Dominguez. Here comes the 1-2 from Coates. Curveball misses away. And we are even at 2-2. Just looking to get that first out. Things will calm down a little bit for Coates if he's able to retire a batter here in the first. Here comes the 2-2 to Dominguez. Ground ball. In comes Boston. He will throw home. The tag on Bland is there. And Noah Bland is thrown out at the plate. Dominguez will reach first on the fielder's choice. And there's one down here in the top of the first inning.
The third baseman, number 30, Jacob Means.
Jacob Means, the third baseman, will be the batter for Derby. Runners on the corners with 1 out. Heads up play by Jacob Boston to make the throw home and get the out at the plate as Coates delivers the first pitch for a ball to Jacob Means. Here comes the 1-0 ground ball to Ochoa. He will throw to Soberanis at second, to first, not in time. Another run will score. It is 2-0 Derby here in the first, and there are 2 down.
The right fielder, number 7, Brett Fear.
Coming to the plate now for Derby, the right fielder, number 7, Brett Fear. As Means is on first base with the fielder's choice. That is high for ball number 1 on Fear. Here comes the 1-0 from Coates. Swung on and missed. Here comes the 1-1 from Chandler Coates. Swung on and missed again on the outside part of the plate. And it is 1-2. Comes the 1-2, ground ball foul past the Larks dugout, and we will do it again at a ball and 2 strikes.
2 locations in Derby and 1 in Rose Hill.
Here comes the 1-2 again. Coates will pick over to first base where Jacob Means is back safely. The 1-2 is grounded hard but foul just on the right side of the bag. And it is still 1-2 to Brett Fear. Here comes the 1-2 again from Chandler Coates. Strike 3 called, and that is the inning. The Twins score 2 in the top of the first, but Chandler Coates holds it together and doesn't give up a big inning. So after a half inning of play here in Game 1, Twins 2, Larks coming to bat. And we're back here in Derby, bottom of the first inning. Twins out on top already, 2-0. The starter tonight for the Twins will be number 31, Eric Reardon, the lefty out of Rutgers. Trey Ochoa will lead it off for the Larks here tonight in the first inning as he steps in on the right side of the plate. Reardon is ready. Here we go. First pitch from Reardon is away for ball 1. That one is a bit low, and a quick 2-0 count to Trey Ochoa. Larks looking to pick up right where they left off in the 12th inning last night. The bats finally came alive as they dismantled the Twins late in the game. Trey squares to bunt, pulls it back, and takes a fastball away, and it is 3-0 to the leadoff hitter for the Larks here this evening. Here comes the 3-0. Reardon delivers fastball high, and that's a leadoff 4-pitch walk for the Larks shortstop. Coming to the plate now for Hayes, the second baseman, number 1, Jonathan Soberanis. He as well will step in on the right side of the plate. Reardon will work from the stretch. Ochoa leads from first base. He is set. Here comes the first pitch. That one is in the dirt. A good block by the catcher, but Ochoa with a good read is able to take second easily. So Ochoa moves into scoring position, and the count is 1-0 on Jonathan Soberanis. So a good start for the Larks here in their half of the first inning, trying to counter the 2 that Derby put on the board in the top half. Soberanis back in. Here comes the 1-0 from Reardon. That one catches the outside part of the zone, and that is his first strike of the night. Here comes the 1-1 to Soberanis. Jonathan swings through a fastball on the outside part of the plate, and it's 1-2. Here comes the 1-2, fouled out of play, and we will hang tight right there. Here comes the 1-2 from Reardon. Line into left field. That's a base hit for Jonathan Soberanis. Ochoa sees the play in front of him. He will hold at third. A very good start for the Larks here tonight, as there are runners on the corners with nobody out. And a man that you do not want to see come to the plate with runners in scoring position if you are the Twins. Colin Simpson has been a hitting machine as of late, and he will step to the plate here with runners on the corners. Nobody out. Here comes the first pitch. Outside corner, and it's 0-1. Simpson enters the game hitting .475 with 7 home runs and 24 driven in as Reardon delivers the 0-1. A curveball drops in, and it's quickly 0-2 on Simpson. Simpson fouls it off to the screen, and he stays alive. The 0-2 to Simpson. Again, he fouls one off on the outside part towards the Derby dugout, and he will once again fight to see another pitch. It will remain no balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 lined. That ball is fair down the right field line. Ochoa will score easily. Soberanis rounds second. He will be held at third. Colin Simpson is in with an RBI double, and it's 2-1. Derby here in the first. Still nobody out. And just as we said, Colin Simpson once again delivers with a runner in scoring position. As the hitter will be the designated hitter number 27, Spencer Packard. So the Larks deny Eric Reardon of a shutdown inning out of the gate and put at least 1 on the board. A few more in scoring position. Here comes the first pitch to Spencer Packard. Low and away for ball number 1. The 1-0 again missing for ball number 2. Here comes the 2-0 pitch from Eric Reardon to Packard. Packard takes strike number 1 on a fastball over the middle of the plate. The ball is grounded to the shortstop. He does the job, brings in Jonathan Soberanis, and we are tied at 2 here in the first inning as Colin Simpson will hang tight at second base. Packard is the first out, but that is an RBI for Spencer. It's 2-2. Hitter will be the right fielder, number 32, Trevor Boone. Trevor wearing number 21 confused me for a second. He's usually number 32, so he is wearing a different number tonight as pitches 0-1 from Reardon. That one catches the top part of the zone, and it's 0-2. We're a little behind on the scoreboard tonight, having a little bit of issue with it, taking a long time to send the info across. Here's the 0-2 as Boone fouls it off and stays alive. Here comes the 0-2 again to Boone. That ball is once again fouled back to the screen, and Trevor will live to see another pitch. Here comes the 0-2 once again from Eric Reardon. Popped up in the infield very high. The third baseman Means calls for it, makes the play, and there are two down here in the bottom of the first inning.
The left fielder, number 26, Clayton Hart.
So Simpson will stay put at second base, and the hitter will be the left fielder, number 26, Clayton Harp. Clayton comes in batting .214 on the summer. Here comes the first pitch from Reardon outside for a ball. Has not played in very many games. He got here just about a week ago, a little over a week ago. Arrived in Hayes. Here comes the pitch to Harp. That one is in there, and it's 1-1. Reardon is ready. Here comes the 1-1 to Harp. Simpson leads from second base. Curveball away. Clayton lays off, and there are 2 balls and a strike. And here comes the 2-1 to Harp. Swings through that fastball, and we are even at 2-2. Reardon gets his sign, is set, delivers the 2-2. Harp swings through the high fastball, and that is the inning. However, the Larks come right back and strike for 2 of their own on 2 base hits, no errors, and they leave 1 man aboard. We are through 1 inning here in game number 1 from Derby, and it's 2-2. And we're back here in Derby, top of the second inning. 7-8-9 due up for the Twins, leading off the first baseman, number 9, Jonathan Fernandez. As Chandler Coates makes his way back to the mound for the Larks, looking for a shutdown inning of his own, as the Larks were able to just get 2 runs and tie the game in the first. Simpson and Chandler having a brief conversation about something on the mound. Simpson is back, and we are ready for the second inning. Coates out of the windup, delivers the first pitch to Fernandez, fouled off to the screen, and it's 0-1. Big series for the Larks and Twins this weekend. As Coates delivers the 0-1 low, and there's a ball and a strike. Both teams would love to take 3 out of 4. Never hurts winning game 1, as the Larks were able to do last night. The 1-1 is swung through and missed, and Fernandez is down 1-2. Coates working quickly out of the windup. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Fouled up and out of play to the right. And we will hang tight at 1-2. Here comes the 1-2 again from Coates. Curveball in the dirt, check down to first base. They say he does indeed go, and that is a strikeout of Fernandez. And there's 1 down here in the second.
The second baseman, number 5, Davis Elliott.
Davis Elliott, the second baseman, will make his way to the plate here for Derby. 1 down. Here comes the first pitch from Coates. Fastball on the outside corner for strike number 1. Here comes the 0-1 to Elliott, just a bit low. And we're even at a ball and a strike. The 1-1 to Davis Elliott. That one catching the corner again. And it's 1-2. Coates doing a nice job of painting the outside. It's where he's looks like he is going to work this evening. Here comes the 1-2. Fouled up. That one's going to stay in play. Long run for Simpson to the dugout. Does come in and out of his glove, and new life for Davis Elliott as the ball is in and out of Simpson's glove. Was right over there by the railing, and 3 Larks all came in on it, and not quite sure what totally happened, but count remains 1-2 on Davis Elliott. Coates again delivers the 1-2. Inside, just a bit too far inside, and the count is 2-2. Here it comes from Coates. Swing and a miss, and Davis Elliott is down on strikes. There's 2 down here in the top of the second.
The shortstop, number 4, Connor Bossler.
Coming to the plate now for Derby, the shortstop, number 4, Connor Bossler. 3 straight outs via the K for Coates as he delivers the first pitch. That is bunted down the third base line, will roll foul, and it's 0-1 on Bossler. And we are ready for play once again. Here comes the 0-1 from Coates. It's a curveball that stays away, and we're even at a ball and strike. Coates, an out away here from a shutdown inning as he delivers the 1-1. That one is a little high, And it's 2-1 to Bossler. Here comes the 2-1. Fouled off and out of play to the right side. And we're even again at 2-2. Coates out of the windup. Delivers the 2-2 to Bossler. Ground ball over the head of Coates. Ochoa ranges over behind the bag. Fields throws in time. And that is the inning. 1-2-3. Go the Twins here in the top of the second. We're through an inning and a half in Derby. We're tied at 2. And we're back here in Derby, bottom of the second inning, 7-8-9 to the plate for the Larks, leading off the third baseman, number 16, Jacob Boston. Boston did not play last night, making his first appearance of the series. As Eric Reardon is back to the mound for the Twins, here comes the first pitch. High and away, and it's 1-0. So a good job by Chandler Coates in the top half of the inning to get that shutdown inning and get the Larks back in the dugout to try and take the lead here this evening, as the second pitch from Reardon catches the bottom part of the zone, and it's 1-1. Here comes the 1-1. Swung through from Boston, and it's 1-2. So the Larks trying to take care of business this weekend here in Derby and make it more of a two-horse race in the Jayhawk League as they try and separate themselves from the rest of the pack. Here comes the 1-2. Boston flies it out into right field. The right fielder Fear is over towards the line, makes the play, and there's one down in the second.
The first baseman, number 9, Jay Seltzer.
Coming to the plate now for the Larks, the first baseman, number 9, Jay Seltzer. Comes the first pitch from Reardon. That one stays up and in, and it's 1-0. Lefty-lefty matchup. Reardon out of Rutgers University in Piscataway, New Jersey. Here comes the 1-0. Popped up to the left. The third baseman, Means, is over. Has room, makes the play at the wall. And there's quickly two down here in the bottom of the second.
The center fielder, number 4, Keon Givens.
Coming to the plate now for the Larks, the center fielder, number 4, Keone Givens. Givens came in to pinch run last night and took over in center field. He played the last few innings. Here comes the first pitch from Reardon. That one is outside, and it's 1-0. Here comes the 1-0. Givens fouls it off over the Larks dugout and out of play. and we're even at a ball and a strike. Here comes the 1-1. Fouled off back here into the screen, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Reardon is ready, delivers the 1-2 to Givens. Givens lays off the high fastball, and we're even again at 2. Here comes the 2-2. That one is low, and Givens has worked the count full here with 2 down in the second. Here comes the payoff pitch, swung on and missed from Givens. And the Larks are down in order here in the second. We're through 2 in game number 1. It's 2-2. And we're ready for the top of the third inning here in Derby. Top of the lineup, due up for the Twins, number 14, Michael Urquidy, the center fielder, will lead it off. He singled and scored back in the first inning as Chandler Coates returns to the hill for the Larks. Out of the windup is ready to deliver the first pitch of the third. Fouled off into the screen by Urquidy, and it's 0-1. Here comes the 0-1 from Coates, missing a little low. And there's a ball and a strike. Urquidy back to the plate. All the players in the Derby dugout that are still standing along the fence all have their batting helmets on for protection now after the incident in the first. The 1-1 from Coates is outside, and there are 2 balls and a strike. Here comes the 2-1. Ground ball. Soberanis will field. Throw to first base. And Urquidy is out number 1 here in the third.
The left fielder, number 3, Noah Bland.
Coming to the plate now for the Twins, the left fielder, number 3, Noah Bland. Bland also singled in the first. He was thrown out at the plate on the fielder's choice. So Coates is ready out of the windup. Here comes the first pitch. Ball number 1 inside. The 1-0. Ground ball. Ochoa on his way in will field. Quickly fire in time. And there are 2 down here in the top of the third inning. Ochoa getting the ball out of his glove very quickly. And needing to, making a strong throw to get the speedy Bland. Coming to the plate for the Twins, the catcher, number 6, Tyler McNamara. First pitch from Coates, ground ball to Soberanis. He waits on it, Fields, fires to first, and that is the inning. Another quick inning for Chandler Coates as the Twins once again are retired in order. We're through 2.5 here in Derby, still 2-2. And we're back here in Derby, bottom of the 3rd inning, top of the Larks order due up at the plate. Trey Ochoa, the shortstop, will lead it off. And just to pass it along to you in case you weren't aware, just didn't remember, because tonight is a doubleheader, these will be 7-inning contests instead of the regular 9. So nearing the halfway point of this one already here tonight. First pitch from Eric Reardon is low, and it's ball 1 to Trey Ochoa. Comes the 1-0 way outside, and it's quickly 2-0. Here comes the 2-0, ground ball over the pitcher. Bossler ranges over, Fields throws, and Ochoa is the first out of the 3rd inning.
The second baseman, number 1, Jonathan Soberanis.
Coming to the plate now for the Larks, the second baseman, number 1, Jonathan Soberanis. Here comes the first pitch by Eric Reardon. Fastball high, and it's 1-0. Here comes the 1-0 to Jonathan. Inside, and it is 2-0. Here comes the 2-0 to Soberanis. Fly ball into shallow right field. Elliott is over, makes the play, and there are 2 down here in the 3rd.
The catcher, number 24, Colin Simpson.
Coming to the plate now for the Larks, the catcher, number 24, Colin Simpson. Simpson doubled in a run back in the 1st inning. He will step to the plate and see the first pitch from Reardon, a curveball that stays up and in, and it's 1-0. So Reardon not working ahead of the hitters here in the 3rd, but isn't seeming to matter as he has retired the first 2. Here comes the 1-0 to Simpson, ground ball to the right side. First baseman Fernandez Fields tosses to Reardon covering, and the Larks are down 1-2-3 in the third. We head to the fourth inning here in game number 1, 2-2. And we're back here in Derby, top of the fourth inning. 4, 5, and 6 for the Panthers. The designated hitter, number 12, Anthony Dominguez, will lead it off for the Twins. Chandler Coates back to the bump for the Larks, as he has retired the last 6 Derby Twins he has faced here this evening. Dominguez reached on a fielder's choice back in the first inning as he takes a curveball for strike number 1. Here comes the 0-1 curveball, ground ball. Soberanis, he fields, throws to first, and there's 1 out here in the top of the fourth.
The third baseman, number 30, Jacob Means.
Jacob Means, the batter now for Derby, the third baseman tonight, and he played last night at third as well. Here comes the first pitch from Coates, low for ball number 1. One-0 is a little high, and it is 2-0. Coates working quickly again. As we mentioned earlier, the Larks staff is all very much the same in the fact that they like to work very quickly. Here comes the 2-0. That one is low and inside. And 3 balls and no strikes is the count to Jacob Means. Here comes the 3-0. That one is outside and a 4-pitch walk to Means. And there is a runner aboard for Derby with 1 out here in the fourth.
The right fielder, number 7, Brett Fear.
The hitter for Derby is the right fielder, number 7, Brett Fear. Fear struck out looking in the top of the first. Means leads from first. First pitch to Fear is fouled back into the screen, and it's 0-1. Fear back into the box. Means leads from first. Lefty Coates comes set, gives Means a look, and delivers. Outside, and we're even at a ball and a strike. There comes the 1-1. As Coates will lift his right leg and throw to first base, where Jacob Means is back safely. Coates will come set in the stretch and deliver the 1-1. Just a bit outside, and there are 2 balls and a strike. Here comes the 2-1 from Coates. That one misses as well, and it's 3-1. As that will trigger a meeting at the mound from pitching coach Keith Harper, and it will be just him, Coates, and Simpson up there talking it out. And we're ready for play once again. Means leads off from first. Fear back in the box. 3-1 count. Here comes the pitch from Chandler Coates. That one is high, and back-to-back walks for the Twins here in the 4th. And there are 2 on with 1 out.
The first baseman, number 9, Jonathan Fernandez.
Jonathan Fernandez, the batter for the Twins, the first baseman tonight. He struck out swinging to lead off the 2nd inning. He's in with 2 runners on. First pitch misses, and it's 1-0. Coates struggling to find the strike zone right now. Has thrown a lot of balls here to the last 2+ batters. Here comes the 1-0. That one misses as well, and it's 2-0, and Chandler isn't happy with that call from home plate umpire, and he takes a step off the mound and will step back behind and take a moment. Here comes the 2-0 from Coates. That one is swung on and missed by Fernandez. A big hack, but it's 2-1. Don't know if that ball would have been called a strike or not. Looked a little up, but Chandler will definitely take it. So he comes set and delivers the 2-1. Popped up. That one looks like it's going to stay in play as well. Here comes Simpson over towards the same spot. This time redeems himself, makes the play, and there are 2 outs here in the 4th.
The second baseman, number 5, Davis Elliott.
So the second baseman, Davis Elliott, will walk up to the plate here for the Twins. Top of the 4th, 2 runners on, 2 men out. As Coates looks to work his way out of a little bitty jam here in the top of the 4th. There comes the first pitch to Elliott. Ground ball to the third baseman, Boston. He fields, will fire across in time, and Chandler Coates works his way around. Back-to-back walks, and the Twins are done in the 4th. We are through 3.5 here in game number 1. We're still tied at 2. And we're back in Derby, bottom of the 4th inning. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Larks. Spencer Packard, the DH, will lead it off against Eric Reardon. Here comes the first pitch in the dirt. And it's 1-0. Reardon from the windup delivers the 1-0. That one catches the outside corner. And there's a ball and a strike. Packard grounded out in the first, but drove in a run. Here comes the 1-1, swung on and fouled out of play. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here comes the 1-2 to Packard. He turns to get out of the way, but the bat comes with him into the zone, and he fouls that one off, so we will hang tight at a ball and 2 strikes. That one will hit Packard in the backside. And after falling behind 1-2 in the count, Packard reaches with a hit by pitch. And the leadoff man for the Larks is on here in the 4th. Coming to the plate now for the Larks, the right fielder, number 21, Trevor Boone. Boone put last night's game away in the 12th with the first grand slam, and that one was a monster shot to left field as Reardon's first pitch of the at-bat misses, and it's 1-0 as Spencer Packard leads from first. Reardon is set. Here comes the 1-0. Boone checks his swing, and he cannot hold up in time, and it's 1-1. Here comes the 1-1 from Eric Reardon. That one is a little bit in, and Trevor is ahead 2-1 in the count. Trevor hitting .262 so far this summer. 4 home runs, 13 driven in. There comes the 2-1 line into right center field. That ball is going to be down and to the wall. Rounding second is Packard. He will be held at third. That is a stand-up double for Trevor Boone, and the Larks are in business here in the 4th. Runners on second and third, nobody out. Coming to the plate now for the Larks, the left fielder, number 26, Clayton Harp. That will bring the pitching coach for the Twins out to the mound to discuss tactic with Reardon and McNamara. There is action down in the Twins bullpen in the left field corner. Don't think they'll make a change here, but so not a very long conversation, and we're going to be ready for baseball again here in just a moment. Clayton Harp, the hitter, in the bottom of the 4th. Larks in very good shape here in the 4th to take the lead. Runners on second and third, nobody out. Lefty-lefty matchup, Harp and Reardon. Here comes the first pitch. Fouled, backing out of play by Harp, and it's 0-1.
That foul ball being sponsored by Shelton Collision Repair at 325 West Patriot Avenue in Derby. Call Brad at 788-1528.
Here comes the 0-1 from Reardon. Drilled into center field. Urquidy is there, will run in to make the play. Here comes Packard, and he will put the brakes on. Probably a good idea. Not the best speed down there at third base. And there's one down.
Number 16, Jacob Boston.
Coming to the plate for the Larks, the third baseman, number 16, Jacob Boston. Boston flied out to the right fielder in his first appearance tonight in the 2nd. Runners on, second and third, one out. Reardon comes set, delivers the first pitch to Jacob Boston. Boston lays off the pitch away, and it's 1-0. Here comes the 1-0 from Reardon to Boston. Boston grounds it over into center field. Packard is in easily. Here comes Boone. The throw to the plate. Not in time. A 2 RBI base hit for Jacob Boston, and the Larks are on top 4-2 here in the bottom of the fourth.
The first baseman, number 9, Jay Seltzer.
A single for Boston, advances to second base on the throw home from Urquidy. A big hit, a clutch hit from Jacob Boston. Coming to the plate now, the first baseman, number 9, Jay Seltzer. Boston on second base. The first pitch curveball from Reardon is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Here comes the 0-1 to Seltzer, grounds it to the first baseman, Fernandez. He will flip to Reardon covering, and there are 2 down here in the fourth as Jacob Boston advances to third base. Coming to the plate now for the Larks, the center fielder, number 4, Keone Givens. Here comes the first pitch to Givens. Foul tip into the glove of McNamara, and it's 0-1. Givens with the opportunity to bring in another run for the Larks. A shortened game. Always want to play ahead. Could definitely use that run down at third base. Here comes the 0-1. That one misses low, and there's a ball and a strike. Reardon is set, delivers the 1-1 line into center field. That is a base hit for Keone Givens. That will bring in Jacob Boston, and it's 5-2. Hayes here in the bottom of the fourth. Another clutch base hit for the Larks. They have tallied 3 here in the fourth. Coming to the plate, the leadoff hitter for the Larks, number 2, Trey Ochoa. First pitch from Reardon. That one misses low, and it's 1-0 as Givens leads off from first base. Here comes the 1-0. Catching the outside corner is the fastball from Reardon, and it's 1-1. Here comes the 1-1 to Ochoa as Keone goes, and Trey will foul it up and out of play to the right. And there is a ball and 2 strikes. Here comes the 1-2. Ochoa fouls it off to the right side. There is room for Fernandez, but he will not get there. And Trey lives to see another pitch. Here comes the 1-2 again to Ochoa. Swing and a miss, and Ochoa and the Larks are done in the fourth. However, Hayes takes the lead, 3 runs on 3 hits, no Derby errors, and they leave 1 on base. We are through 4 innings here in Game 1 from Derby. Larks on top 5-2. we're back here in Derby, top of the 5th inning. Chandler Coates makes his way out to the mound. Another chance at a shutdown inning as the Larks gave him the lead with a 3-run 4th. The Twins will send 9-1 and 2 to the plate, leading off the shortstop number 4, Connor Bosler. Bosler 0 for 1, grounded to the shortstop Ochoa back in the 2nd inning. Here comes the first pitch of the 5th from Coates. Popped up to the right, and that one will get out of play, and it's 0-1. Here comes the 0-1 from Coates. High for a ball. The 1-1 a little bit outside, and there are 2 balls and a strike on Connor Bosler. The 2-1 drilled into left field. That's going to be down for a leadoff single for the Twins shortstop.
Top of the order for the Twins, center fielder, number 14, Michael Urquidy.
Top of the order to the plate for the Twins, the center fielder, number 14, Michael Urquidy. He is 1 for 2, singled and scored back in the 1st, grounded to Soberanis at 2nd in the 3rd. Bosler leads from 1st. The lefty Coates is set, and he will throw over. He's got Bosler caught at 1st, and there is 1 down here in the 5th inning. Coates fools Bosler on the pickoff, has him leaning towards 2nd, and he is picked off at 1st base. A huge out for Chandler Coates as the first pitch to Urquidy misses for ball number 1. Here comes the 1-0. That one catches the outside corner, and there's the ball and a strike. Here comes the 1-1. That one as well is inside the zone. And quickly 1-2 to the leadoff hitter Urquidy. Coates working quickly still. Here comes the 1-2. A little bit high and away. And we're even at 2. Here comes the 2-2 from Coates. Fouled up and out of play from Urquidy to stay alive. And we'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the 2-2 again. Off the fist. Tough play for Boston. Off the edge of his glove, and Urquidy is aboard. I believe that will be a base hit. Don't know if Boston would have gotten him anyway. Ball was off the fists of Urquidy, and it had some really hard left-handed spin to it. And we'll give Urquidy a 1-out single. On that one, coming to the plate, the left fielder number 3, Noah Bland. 1 on, 1 out for the Twins. Here comes Coates' first pitch. Popped up and out of play to the right, and it's 0-1. Derby just getting underway tonight with El Dorado, 0-0 in the 2nd inning. Here comes the 0-1 to Bland. That one is low, and there's a ball and a strike. So Liberal playing just 1 tonight. You always expect them to win. If the Larks would happen to take care of both games tonight, they would pick up a half game, as Coates steps off the back, throws over to first, and almost gets Urquidy. A very close play over at first base. Coates, very good pickoff move. Again, he goes. He has Urquidy leaning towards second, but he is back safely, and it is still 1-1 to Noah Bland. Coates is set, and again he will throw over. This time Urquidy is back easily at first base. As I was saying, if the Larks would be able to take care of both games tonight here in Derby, they could pick up a half game on Liberal and move to within a game. Here comes the 1-1. Fouled off into the screen, and there's a ball and 2 strikes to the Twins left fielder. Bland 1 for 2. He singled in the first and grounded out to the shortstop in the third. This pair would be very tough to double off, both with very good speed. Urquidy leads from first. The 1-2 from Coates, a little bit low, and we are even at 2. Coates is set. He gives Urquidy a look at first base, and he will throw over there, and Urquidy is back safely. Here comes the 2-2 to Bland. Curveball just misses in, and the count is full. Coates back to the rubber. He is set, gives Urquidy a look again at first base. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Line past the diving glove of Soberanis. That is a base hit into right field as Urquidy stops at second base. And there are 2 men on with 1 out here in the 5th.
The catcher, number 6, Tyler McNamara.
So that pickoff of Connor Bosler at first could end up being a very big play in this inning, as the Twins have put their next 2 men on, as Tyler McNamara steps to the plate to face Coates. Runners on first and second, 1 down. Here comes the first pitch. In there for strike 1. Coates gets a sign from Simpson, is set. Gives Bland a look at first. Here comes the pitch. Driven into left field. That ball is hooking towards the line, and it is foul. And just a long strike for Coates, and it's 0-2 on the catcher, McNamara. Double play is in order here for the Larks if Chandler can get a ground ball from McNamara. He is set. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Just inside, not getting the inside corners from the home plate umpire tonight, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. The zone has appeared to be more on the outer half of the plate than it has the inner half. Couple calls off the corner on the outside, but not the inside. Here comes the 1-2 from Coates. Curveball in the dirt, a good block by Colin Simpson, and we are even at 2. Here comes the 2-2 to Tyler McNamara. Swing and a miss, and McNamara is down on strikes for the second out of the 5th inning. A huge strikeout there for Chandler Coates. There are 2 down here in the 5th. Runners on first and second as a big bat in Anthony Dominguez comes to the plate. Here comes the first pitch from Coates. Lefty-lefty matchup drilled into center field. He left a curveball hanging. Keone is on the way back to the wall. Diving. Did he make the play? He did make the play, and that is the inning. A fabulous diving play from Keone Givens in center field ends the Derby threat in the 5th. No runs on 3 base hits, no errors, and they leave 2 men aboard. We're through 4.5 here in game 1. Larks still on top, 5-2. And we are back here in the bottom of the 5th. Keone swarmed by his teammates after he makes his way to the dugout after making that magnificent play in center field to save at least 1 run and end the inning. 2-3-4 to the plate for the Larks here in the bottom of the 5th on top 5-2. Leading off the second baseman, number 1, Jonathan Soberanis. Colin Simpson waits on deck, followed by Spencer Packard. Pitching change for the Derby Twins, number 26, Luke Bay, into pitch for Derby, a righty out of Paris Junior College. So the first pitch is in there for strike 1 on Soberanis. Here comes the 0-1 from Bay. Curveball misses away to the backstop. And there's a ball and a strike. Bay out of the windup delivers the 1-1 to Jonathan. Checks his swing. They appeal down to first base. He did, in fact, go around. And there's a ball and 2 strikes. Larks looking to add some insurance here to that 5-2 lead. So we head to the latter part of this game. Here comes the 1-2. And it is low in the dirt for a ball. Here comes the 2-2. High and tight, back Soberanis off the plate. And we are full at 3-2 to lead off the 5th. Here comes The payoff pitch swung on and missed by Soberanis, and there is one down here in the bottom of the fifth.
The catcher, number 24, Colin Simpson.
Coming to the plate for the Larks, the catcher, number 24, Colin Simpson. Colin 1 for 2 tonight, an RBI double back in the first. Here comes the first pitch from Bay to the lefty. Simpson, high fly ball into right center field. Fear is over into the alley, will make the play, and there is quickly 2 down here in the Larks' fifth inning.
Designated hitter, number 27, Spencer Packard.
Coming to the plate now for the Larks, the designated hitter, number 27, Spencer Packard. First pitch from Luke Bay. In there for strike number 1. Packard 0 for 1. Hit by a pitch and scored in the fourth. Also drove in a run on a ground out in the first inning as the 0-1 is low and away. And we are even. Here comes the 1-1 to Packard. Lays off the curveball, but it drops in for strike number 2. Here comes the 1-2 from Luke Bay. Another curveball. This time Packard offers and fouls it out of play to stay alive. Here comes the 1-2 again from Bay. Swung on and missed by Packard. And that is the inning. A quick bottom of the fifth as the Larks go in order. We're through 5 here at game number 1 in Derby. Larks on top 5-2. And we're back here, ready for the top of the 6th inning. Leading off for Derby will be the third baseman, number 20, Jacob Means. Chandler Coates back to the mound for the Larks, here to face the 5-6-7 Twins hitters as he delivers the first pitch, a fastball away, and it's 1-0. Comes the 1-0, that one's low. And quickly 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0 from Coates. That one also misses low. And 3-0 to the Derby leadoff hitter here in the 6th inning as there is action down in the Larks bullpen. Here comes the 3-0 from Chandler. That one called strike number 1 on the inside corner. Here comes the 3-1 from Coates. That one is strike number 2. Caught the bottom half of the zone. And Coates has worked his way back in here to fill up the count. Here comes the payoff pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop Ochoa. Fields on a hop. Throws across the diamond in time. A nice job by Coates to work himself back into the count and retire Jacob Means for the first out of the inning. Coming to the plate now for the Twins, the right fielder, number 7, Brett Fear. Fear is 0 for 1, struck out in the first and was walked in the fourth. The first pitch from Coates catches the zone, and it's 0-1. Lefty-lefty matchup. Coates out of the windup. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Strike number 2 on the outside corner. Fear not happy with the call as he steps out of the box shaking his head. 0-2 the count. One down in the 6th. Here comes the pitch from Coates in the dirt. And there's a ball and 2 strikes. Comes the pitch from Coates. A little bit low. And it's 2-2. Two from Coates. That one is high. And now Fear has worked back into the count and worked it full. Back-to-back full counts for Coates. Here comes the payoff pitch. Flown into left field. That one is deep. Back to the wall is Harp, and that one leaves the ballpark.
That's a solo home run for right fielder.
A solo home run for Brett Fear cuts into the Larks' lead. It is now 5-3 here with 1 out in the 6th inning.
The first baseman, number 9, Jonathan Fernandez.
Pitching coach Keith Harper out to the mound. That looks like it will do it for Coates, and it will. As Kent Hassler makes his way to the mound for the Larks. A pretty good outing from Coates.
Attention fans, now pitching for the Hayes Larks, number 12, Kent Hassler. Hassler now on the mound for Hayes.
As Chandler goes 5 1/3 this evening, gives up 6 hits, 3 earned runs. He walks 2 and strikes out 4. So a pretty good outing from the lefty from New Mexico as Hassler takes over here with 1 out in the 6th, looking to complete the inning and get the Larks back in the dugout with no more damage. As Hassler finishes his warm-up, we will step aside and be right back here in Derby. And we are back here in Derby. Hassler to the mound. The hard-throwing righty out of Louisiana Tech. Jonathan Fernandez, the first baseman, to the plate. Hassler has thrown 11 innings so far this summer as an ERA of 0.82. 12 strikeouts to 3 walks as he deals to Fernandez. First pitch, a curveball swung on and missed from Fernandez, and it's 0-1. Here comes the 0-1 to Fernandez. Fouled off the screen in front of the Derby dugout, and it is quickly 0-2 to the Derby first baseman. Hassler back to the rubber, gets his sign from Simpson is set. Here comes the 0-2 to Fernandez. A ball in the dirt all the way back to the backstop here right in front of us, and there is a ball and 2 strikes. Again, first of 2 games tonight. This one will be just a 7-inning contest. Here comes the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Another curveball off the protector of Simpson. He fields, throws down to first to complete the strikeout, and there are 2 down here in the 6th.
The second baseman, number 5, Davis Elliott.
So the batter with 2 outs for the Twins will be the second baseman, number 5, Davis Elliott. Elliott 0 for 2 tonight, a strikeout victim in the 2nd, and grounded out to the third baseman, Boston. He will step in with 2 down in the 6th. There comes the first pitch from Hassler, a fastball outside, and it's 1-0. Here comes the 1-0 to Davis Elliott up the middle. That will be a base hit. A 2-out knock for Davis Elliott, and the tying run for Derby comes to the plate here in the 6th inning.
The shortstop, number 4, Connor Bossler.
Bossler 1 for 2. He singled back in the 5th inning. With last inning was picked off of first base by Chandler Coates. Hassler comes set, gives Elliott a look, and delivers the first pitch to Bossler low and in the dirt for ball 1. Larks looking to close this one out here tonight and continue their winning ways as they have won 5 in a row. Here comes the 1-0 from Hassler. Curveball stays up, and it's 2-0 to the 9-hole hitter Bossler. Here comes the 2-0. Fastball fouled to the left-hand side, and it's 2-1. Hassler trying to work back in the count and get the Larks back in the dugout. Tying run is at the plate for the Twins. Here comes the 2-1. A little bit low and away, and it is 3-1. The wind fairly stands still tonight, just a little bit out to left field with such a small ballpark. Most all of the guys in the lineups are home run threats. Here comes the 3-1. Ground ball to Ochoa up the middle. He flips to Soberanis at second base, and that is the inning. So Ken Hassler gives up a single but gets the Larks back in the dugout. We are through 5 1/2 here in game number 1. Larks still on top 5-3. And we are ready for the bottom of the 6th inning. Leading off for the Larks will be the right fielder, number 21, Trevor Boone. 5-6-7 to the plate for Hayes, Boone, Harp, Boston due up. Luke Bay makes his way back to the mound for Derby in the 6th. Boone steps in on the right side, and we are ready. Here comes the first pitch from Bay. Curveball catches the lower part of the zone, and it's 0-1. Here comes the 0-1 from Bay. Another curveball. That one stays up, and Boone evens the count at a ball and a strike. Here comes the 1-1 to Boone. Swings through a fastball from Luke Bay, and there's a ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 to Trevor. Fastball hits Boone on the elbow guard, and Trevor is aboard here to lead off the 6th inning.
The left fielder, number 26, Clayton Hart.
Clayton Harp will make his way to the plate. Runner on first base with nobody out here in the 6th. The first pitch from Bay popped up into very shallow right center field. The second baseman, Elliott, on his way out, will camp under it, make the play. And there's one man down here in the bottom of the 6th. Coming to the plate, the third baseman, number 16, Jacob Boston. Boston with a clutch 1-out RBI, 2 RBI single back in the 4th to put the Larks on top. As Boone leads from first, here comes the first pitch to Boston. Low and outside is the fastball, and it's 1-0. Here comes the 1-0 to Jacob. That curveball is outside as well, and it's 2-0 to the Larks' third baseman. Here comes the 2-0 pitch from Luke Bay. Boston tries to check his swing, cannot, and there are 2 balls and a strike. Jacob back into the box. Bay is set, gives Boone a glance at first, and delivers the 2-1. Swings through that one. And Bay is worked back to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. One man down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Larks holding on to a 2-run lead as Luke Bay delivers the 2-2. Boston lays off the curveball that misses just away. And it's full. The payoff pitch from Luke Bay to Jacob Boston. That one is high, and that is a 1-out walk for Jacob Boston. And there are 2 men on with 1 out here in the 6th.
Number 9, Jace Seltzer.
Jace Seltzer will make his way to the plate for the Larks, as Trevor Boone leads from second, Jacob Boston from first. Seltzer looking to put a little insurance on the board for the Larks. Here comes the first pitch. Fastball in there for strike number 1. The 0-1 from Bay. Seltzer lines it into left field. That's going to be a base hit. Boone will have to hold at third, and the bases are loaded for the Larks here with 1 down in the 6th.
The center fielder, number 4, Keon Givens.
Coming to the plate now for the Larks, the center fielder, number 4, Keone Givens. Givens saved at least one, probably two runs with a great diving play in center field, and that is the difference in the game right now as the Larks are up 2. He will step in with them loaded. Luke Bay is set, delivers the first pitch to Givens. Givens lines another shortstop. That's a base hit. Boone is in. Here comes Boston around third. He will be waved in. The throw goes to second base. That is a 2 RBI single for Keone Givens, and the Larks extend their lead to 7-3 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Insurance is a good thing, and there are 2 more runs for the Larks. They will take at least a 4-run lead to the top half of the 7th now. Selzer stops at second base.
Tickets for the 50-50 raffle. We're going to go ahead and announce a winner. Tonight's pot was $197. So half is $98.50. Somebody's walking home with $98.50 tonight. Winning ticket number is 716.
And they will have a mound visit for Derby. No change coming.
If that is your ticket number, take it down to the product table and claim your prize of $98.50. The Twins organization's thanks you.
The top of the order, Trey Ochoa, will step to the plate. He will bat from the left side now as the pitcher Bay is a righty. Ochoa, the switch hitter. Runners on first and second, 1 down. 2 runs already across here for the Larks in the 6th. Here comes the first pitch from Bay. That one is low, and it's 1-0. The 1-0 to Trey Ochoa. That one is driven into center field. Shallow. Urquidy gets a late jump, but with his good speed will range in and make the play, and there's 2 down here in the 6th.
The second baseman, number 1, Jonathan Soberanis.
Coming to the plate now for the Larks, the second baseman, number 1, Jonathan Soberanis. Sobe is 1 for 3 here in Game 1, singled and scored back in the 1st inning. He will step to the plate with runners on first and second for the Larks, facing the righty Luke Bay. Here comes the first pitch. Soberanis takes a curveball away, and there's a ball and no strikes. Here comes the 1-0 to Jonathan Soberanis. Ground ball to the third baseman. Means, who fields, steps on the bag, and that is the inning. However, the Larks tack on 2 more runs on 2 hits.
So make sure you stay tuned for game number 2 of tonight's doubleheader.
No Derby errors, and they leave 2 men aboard. We are through 6 innings here in game number 1. Larks on top, 7-3. And we're back here in Derby, ready for the top of the 7th inning. Kent Hassler back to the mound, looks to close this one out for the Larks as the Twins are down to their final 3 outs here in game number 1, trailing by 4 runs. They will send 1, 2, and 3 to the plate. Urquidy, Bland, and McNamara due to hit for the Twins as Urquidy makes his way to the plate. And we are ready for the 7th inning here from Panther Stadium in Derby, Kansas. Hassler out of the stretch delivers the first pitch of the inning. Curveball bounces off the plate, and it's 1-0. Here comes the 1-0 from Hassler. Fastball up the middle over the glove of Hassler, fielded by Soberanis. Running to his right, throws back across his body to the left in time to get Urquidy, and there's one down here in the 7th.
Number 3, Noah Bland.
Coming to the plate now for the Twins, the left fielder number 3, Noah Bland. Bland 2 for 3, a pair of singles in this one. Will bat here with 1 out in the 7th. Hassler gets a sign from Simpson. Here comes the first pitch. Curveball drops in for a strike. And it's 0-1. Hassler mixing in his curveball a lot more tonight than he did the other night in OKC. Here comes the 0-1. To Bland, up the middle again. Ochoa ranging over, past his glove, into center field. And that's a 1-out single for Noah Bland.
The catcher, number 6, Tyler McNamara.
Coming to the plate now for Derby, the catcher, number 6, Tyler McNamara. Here comes the first pitch. Fouled towards the Larks dugout, and it is 0-1 to the Derby catcher. Hassler is set. Here comes the 0-1 as he will spin and fire back to first base to check on Bland, who is back safely. Here comes the 0-1. In there for a strike, and it is 0-2. Here comes the 0-2 to McNamara. Fastball missing away, and there's a ball and 2 strikes. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss, and down goes McNamara. There are 2 outs here in the 7th.
The designated hitter, number 12, Anthony Dominguez.
Anthony Dominguez, the DH, will step into the box as Bland leads from first. Here comes the first pitch from Kent Hassler. Misses low for ball number 1. Here comes the 1-0. That one catches the corner, and there's a ball and a strike. Here comes the 1-1 to Dominguez. That one low and in the dirt. And there's 2 balls and a strike. Here comes the 2-1. That curveball misses up, and there are 3 balls and a strike to the cleanup hitter for the Twins. Here comes the 3-1 from Hassler. Fastball away, and that is a 2-out walk for Dominguez.
The third baseman, number 30, Jacob Means.
The third baseman, Jacob Means, will bat here with 2 down in the top of the 7th. Runners on first and second. The tying run for the Twins remains in the on-deck circle as Hassler is on the rubber. Comes set and will deliver the first pitch to Means. Fastball fouled straight back here to the screen, and it's 0-1. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Jacob Means. Curveball misses low and in the dirt, and there's a ball and a strike. Hassler is set. Here comes the 1-1. Fastball driven deep to center field. Keone on his way back. Dead center field on the run. Dives over his head. Bland is in. Here comes Dominguez around third. He will score easily. And it is 7-5 here in the top of the 7th.
The right fielder, number 7, Brett Fear.
So the insurance runs by Keone Gibbons and the Larks in the bottom of the last inning looming large right now, as that double from Means would have tied the game. However, the Larks still cling to a 2-run lead. There will be a meeting at the mound for the Larks here, discussing what they want to do. Need just 1 out here to complete this win in Game 1. The tying run once again comes to the plate for the Twins in the top of the 7th. And that is in the form of right fielder Brett Fear. See if Hassler can bear down here and close this one out. This Means leads from second. Here comes the first pitch to Fear. Fastball in there for strike number 1. Another good game between the Larks and the Twins. Here comes the 0-1 from Hassler. That one is a little low, and it's even out of ball and a strike. This is the 4th game of the season between these two clubs, none of which have disappointed. All 4 have been very good, very close ball games. Here comes the 1-1 from Hassler. Fastball fouled out of play onto the road behind the stadium. And Fear and the Twins are down to their final strike here in game number 1. Let's see if Kent can make this pitch his best of the night and finish off Derby. Means leads from second base. Hassler is set. Here comes the 1-2. Driven over Ochoa into center field. Means will score easily as a bad throw will advance Fear to second base. It is 7-6, and the game-tying run is in scoring position at second base.
The first baseman, number 9, Jonathan Fernandez.
So Jonathan Fernandez will be the hitter for Derby, representing the go-ahead run, tying run at second base in scoring position. Larks having trouble closing the door. Here comes the first pitch to Fernandez, in there for strike one. More anxious moments for the fans on both sides here tonight. As action, there's action again in the Larks pen. Here comes the 0-1 from Hassler. Curveball swung on and missed. And Fernandez is down 0-2, and once again, Derby is down to their final strike here in game number 1. Hassler is set. Here comes the 0-2 to Fernandez. Swing and a miss! Simpson makes the tag, and that is the ball game. Larks take game 1 tonight by a final score of 7-6. Wasn't easy in the top of the 7th, but Hayes gets it done.
Stick around for game number 2 tonight.
The win in game 1 improves the Larks to 17-6 overall, 17-5 in the Jayhawk League. Winning pitcher in game 1 is Chandler Coates, 5 1/3, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. We will take about a 20 to 30 minute break, and we will be back with you in just a little bit for game number 2 of the doubleheader. Once again, Larks win game 1 7-6.